Our film begins with the transfer of money in an armored car belonging to the Fortico company. On their way to deliver the money, they face an armed robbery. They shoot at the car and throw a bomb inside it to force the driver to get out of the car. While they are transferring the money from the car, the guards are killed and the gang quickly escapes with the money from the place before the police arrive. Then we move to the headquarters of Fortico, a company specialized in money transfer based in Los Angeles. A person named Patrick applied for a job in the company after the company in which he was working is closed. Fortico company has 12 armored cars that transport more than $15 million daily, and the car has a guard, a driver, and a communications officer. They tell Patrick that the work is difficult, so he will undergo training and tests until he receives a high salary. Then Patrick meets the testing officer, Pauline. He told him that the tests must pass at least 70% and said that he would call him with H. He began taking driving, shooting, and fitness tests and was able to score 70%. Pauline told him that if he had decreased by just 1 degree, he would have repeated the tests again and told him about the accident that had occurred a few months ago in which the car crew had died. H begins the first money transfer with Dave, and Dave tells him that he must understand that they are the prey here, not the predators. They move in car number 2411. They carried out the first operation safely. The next day, they were waiting for Pauline to deliver the money to him, but he was kidnapped and they were informed by the gang that if they did not meet them with the money, Pauline would be killed. Dave then became nervous and wanted to implement the company's protocol and wanted to return the money, but H told him that they had to save Pauline. They followed the gang's instructions and arrived at the place where they were, and the gang leader ordered him to throw all the money in the car. H carried out the order and deliberately threw his bag out of the car to kill one of the gang members, then began killing them one by one with steady and precise strikes. Then the gang leader is arrested and asks him who he works for, but he does not answer him, so H kills him. They go back to the company that is conducting an investigation into what happened and ask H how he killed them all like this. And he barely passed the company's tests. He said that the danger situation made him more focused and he was able to save his friends and return the money to the company. So they played a video of the previous robbery, although he saw that there was a relationship between them. But he said he did not see any relationship between them. Then the investigators appear talking to Chief Kane and telling him that they are bringing the hunter and the prey together. He tells them that H does not care about money, and to them he is only a safe individual. Then he meets the company's president, who thanks him very much for saving his company because it would have been the second robbery against his company within 3 months, and he tells the company's director to reward him instead of punishing him. 3 months later, during another delivery operation, a robbery occurred, and a man appeared in front of them and hit them with black paint on the front and side windows of the car. He hit a gas bomb to get them out of the car. The driver got out and surrendered on the ground. H came out holding a handkerchief over his face. As soon as he took the handkerchief off, the gang quickly fled without stealing anything. The company director tries to understand why the gang escaped after planning all this, but the company president is happy that his company was saved. At night, H asked his friend about money she kept in her apartment and threatened her that if she did not confess everything, he would not take revenge on her, but he would take revenge on her family and all those she loves. She told him that this money was stolen from the company and that it was her retirement money. A few months ago, H was out with his son and one of the gang named Mark called him and he just wanted to know the direction of the company car that the gang was going to rob. So he told him that he was with his son and that he would not be able to say that, so he assured him that there was no danger, and H agreed. He goes to the company headquarters after parking his car with his son outside and tells him the direction of the car. At the same time, the robbery happens next to his car, and they take his son out and make him lie on the ground. At the time of the shooting, one of the gang members kills the 2 security guards and kills Dobby, his son. When he finds H coming, he shoots him 3 times. H was transferred to the hospital and was in a coma for 3 weeks and underwent 3 surgeries. When he leaves the hospital, he decides to avenge his son. H communicates with leader Kane to find out any information about the gang targeting money transfers, so he gives him a list of all the gangs and that he will not be angry if he kills them. H began looking for his son's killer and killed everyone who had anything to do with the crime or knew anything but did not want to say. But he does not achieve anything, and Mike suggests to him that there is probably someone inside the Fortico company who helps this gang, and that if someone inside the company is able to find out who the traitor is, he will be able to reach the gang easily. H decides to enter the company and search for the traitor after he forged all the papers he needed and now has 25 years of experience. He worked for a security company for 11 years and entered the company using fake papers. After the end of the workday, he was able to photograph the cards of the guards in the company and sent them to his colleague so that she could collect all the information about them for him. He stayed up over them all night trying to find out who was connected to the gangs within the Fortico company. A few months ago, we returned to Jan's gang, who were gathered, thinking about committing a robbery after working part-time in companies, and thinking about committing a robbery at a house. One of them works as a security personnel. But after the operation, they discover that each person's share is only 18,000, so they decide to carry out another robbery, until the robbery of Fortico company, in which Dobby and the 2 guards died. The gang decides to carry out their latest and largest robbery, which is to break into Fortico stores on Friday, which has more than $180 million with the help of someone inside the company. At the time when the company was preparing itself on Friday to collect all the money in the cars, the gang was preparing to implement their plan. H and Paulette were in the car and on their way to the company, so he told him that he was helping a group of friends. He will help them today to enter the company and rob the stores, and that the gun he has does not contain any bullets, so he advises him not to play a heroic role because they will not hesitate to kill him. H agreed calmly because he knew everything he wanted. He knew the traitor and he would be able to find out the gang that killed his son. A group of the gang enters the car with Bolt after they tie H's hand. During the robbery, they threaten security to open the doors and begin an exchange of gunfire. They kill the security forces, blow up the gates, and open a way for the car containing Jack and Jean so they can enter and transfer the money. There are 2 company guards still in the cars. They go out and shoot at the gang, and at the same time H can kill a member of the gang. He wore his clothes so that the gang would not recognize him, and he went out and killed another person from the gang and put his mobile phone in one of the money bags. Bullet goes and asks one of the company's security personnel to give him a gun on the basis that he is with them and kills them. Then he goes to Dave and tells him to help me, and when he comes out, he kills him and shoots H. H sees Jean, who picked up his son in the car. The entire gang was dead, and only 3 of them remained: Jack, injured in the neck, Jean and Paulette. Jack told them to stick to the agreed-upon plan and they went down to the bottom of a building and raised barriers behind them to prevent the police from continuing to chase them. Jean kills the gang leader, Jack, leaving him and Paulette left. When they reach the last stop to escape, Jean kills Paulette, takes all the money, and escapes. He was happy that he was able to escape from the police and take all the money on his own. But he heard the sound of a mobile phone and was surprised that H was behind him waiting for him in his house with a gun and gave him the report on Dobby's body, in which was written the number of bullets, their locations and arrangement, and H hit him in the same places and arrangement and killed him. When he leaves, he finds Chief Kane and tells him that he has completed his mission, and thus we have reached the end of the film. If you liked the movie, do not forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell button to receive all new videos.